Hi, here's a review for The Lies We Told by Camilla. This is a Berkeley Publishing Group title. I got it from First to Read and I reviewed it on the 9th. As a matter of fact, that's today, and I'll be posting the review today. I gave this book 5 stars. So, let me start off with the blurb. The highly acclaimed author of Watching Edie returns with a new novel of a dark psychological suspense that explores how those closest to us have the most to hide. When Clara's boyfriend Luke disappears, everyone believes that he's left her, but Clara thinks she knows the truth. Recent evidence suggests that Luke had a stalker, and Clara worries that Luke has been kidnapped. Then Luke's older sister, Emily, who vanished 20 years ago, suddenly reappears. Emily wants to help Clara with her search for Luke, but she refuses to talk about what happened, even though it nearly destroyed her family when she vanished. And the deeper Clara digs into Luke's mysterious disappearance, the more convinced she is that the two incidents are connected. Now, I read this book nearly 2 weeks ago, so here are my thoughts. Let's see how my memory serves. I read this book that was full of twists and turns. It had me going. On one hand, you have Luke, who is missing. Then the book goes back decades, and we hear of a woman, or we read of a woman named Beth, who had a young daughter that was truly psychologically disturbed. Then we're informed that Luke's sister Emily suddenly left her family decades ago. So we have 3 scenarios. Do they tie in together, and if so, how? Well, in The Lies We Told, there are a lot of players. Obviously, we start off with Luke and Clara. They were a happy young couple. They didn't know each other all that long, but they made up. They hit it off well, and they were living a content life. But Clara wakes up one morning to discover that Luke never came home the night before. Then she discovers that he didn't even take his cell phone. Well, where has he gone? What happened? Then we learn more about Luke's parents and his brother Tom. We're also introduced to his best friend Mac. Now we're drawn into this story about Beth and her husband and the secret they're keeping and their daughter, Hannah. All I can say at this point is wow. Yes, the story is definitely coming back to me. So as Clara struggles to realize where Luke could be, obviously she's dismayed. She knew that he had a stalker, but he kept playing it off and he told her that it wasn't serious. So she didn't realize how dangerous the situation was or could actually become. As we read the story, we're told it in multiple point of views. We're mentioned Beth's story that comes up over and over again that took place decades ago. Then we're introduced to the Luke and Clara story with the present and his disappearance. We also read portions of time when Luke himself grew up and the backstory about why his sister Emily disappeared. Now, there's an incredible sense of foreboding that I experienced when I was listening or reading the story. These were lies that were held on to decades. These lies eventually began to unravel. As they began to unravel, then we're brought back between the past and the present, trying to figure out when they're going to piece together, because at some point they just have to. Now, we're also going to learn that everything that happened in this one story, in this very, very dark story, is that there were many, many, many lives that were affected because of just one situation. I can't really go into all of that, or even much of it actually, because it would be spoiler after spoiler. But I will say that this search for Luke and his whereabouts, it all plays in together. This is the kind of story that will definitely keep you awake. Not because of terror or fear or anything like that, but because of pure curiosity. You are going to be psychologically connected to the story. You're going to want to be a part of solving Luke's disappearance. You're going to figure out or try to figure out about Hannah. Who was she? Who are the people that are in Luke's life today that present a danger to him from going back to his past. It's convoluted, isn't it? Kind of twisty. Yes, very, very twisty. It's a fast-paced, riveting story that I found impossible to put down. As a matter of fact, when I picked up the book, I was in the midst of reading another book, as I always am, and somebody says, "No, Robin, go, stop, read this book." I'm glad that I did because it was a great story, and I hope that you pick it up. I hope that you put it on your radar. And as a matter of fact, I also put Ms. Way's backlist on my TBR because I'm really intrigued by the way that she writes. I think she wrote a captivating story. She gathered my attention. She pulled everything together really nicely. But she did leave a little bit of darkness at the very end of the story. So, read it for yourself. Tell me what you think. All right. I want to thank Berkeley, and I also want to thank First to Read for the opportunity to read the story. I will gladly link my written review for the story below in the description. I will also link my Amazon link to the book should you choose to purchase the book via the link. Just know that as an Amazon affiliate, should you buy the book via the link, then quite naturally I'll grab a few pennies of that will go towards my Amazon, but it won't affect the cost of the book to you. That's it. I hope that you enjoy this book. Again, it's called The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. I think you will enjoy it. All right. Thank you. Bye.